You've been spending money on chicken feed every single month, and nobody ever told you that your backyard could have been doing that job for free, this whole time. There are plants, growing quietly in ordinary gardens, that chickens will eat down to nothing, stay healthy on, and come back begging for more. No pellets. No additives. No store runs. Just grow it once and let the ground do the work. Stick with me to the end of this video, because the last plant on this list is the one most chicken keepers completely overlook, and it might already be growing in your yard right now. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening. If you're returning, you already know we don't do expensive solutions here. And if you're brand new, you picked a great video to start with. We're all about making your garden work harder so your wallet doesn't have to. Before we get into this, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification. We drop practical, money-saving garden content regularly, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Now let's get into it. Now here's what most people don't realize. Feeding chickens doesn't have to mean buying feed. Nature already built a system where chickens and plants work together, and for thousands of years before commercial feed existed, that system worked perfectly. The secret is knowing which plants to grow. Not just any plants, but the ones that are packed with protein, vitamins, and the kind of nutrition that keeps your flock healthy, laying well, and full of energy. These 7 plants do exactly that, and once they're established in your garden, they essentially feed themselves back into your flock season after season. Let's start from number 1. Plant 1, Moringa. If you have never heard of Moringa in the context of chicken keeping, that is about to change right now. Moringa is probably the most quietly powerful plant you can grow for your flock. The leaves carry more protein per gram than most things you'll find in a feed store. We're talking about a plant that grows fast, bounces back after you cut it, and in warm climates it barely needs any attention at all. Here's how it works for your chickens. You cut the young branches, toss them into the coop, and the birds strip every single leaf off within minutes. The stems that are left behind you can compost right back into the garden. Nothing goes to waste. What makes Moringa special is that it doesn't just fill your chickens up. It actually nourishes them at a deep level. Laying hens that eat Moringa regularly tend to produce eggs with richer, more orange yolks. That's the nutrition showing up visibly. You plant it once from seed or cutting, and in a good climate it can grow back every single time you cut it for years. That's the grow once feed forever idea working in real life. Plant 2, Comfrey. Comfrey is one of those plants that experienced homesteaders treat like gold. Once it's in the ground, it is almost impossible to get rid of, and that is exactly what you want when you're growing food for your flock. The leaves are broad, soft, and loaded with nutrients including calcium, which is directly responsible for strong eggshells. If your hens have been laying thin-shelled eggs, Comfrey is one of the first things you want to add to their diet. The beauty of Comfrey is how fast it regrows. You can cut it down completely and within a couple of weeks it pushes right back up again. Some gardeners cut it 4 to 6 times in a single growing season. Each cutting goes straight to the chickens, and they eat it without hesitation. Plant it in a corner of your garden where you don't mind it spreading, give it some water when it's getting started, and after that it largely takes care of itself. It is one of the lowest maintenance high reward plants you can have on a homestead. Plant 3, Amaranth. Here is where it gets really interesting. Amaranth is not just a plant your chickens eat. It is practically a complete food source on its own. The leaves are edible and nutritious, but the seeds are where the real value is. Amaranth seeds are tiny, abundant, and packed with protein and amino acids that mirror what commercial feed companies put in a bag and charge you a premium for. One mature amaranth plant can produce thousands of seeds. Let that sink in. A small plot of amaranth can yield enough seed to supplement your flock's feed for a significant chunk of the year. You grow it through the warmer months, let the seed heads mature and dry right on the plant, then cut the whole stalk and hang it inside the coop. The chickens peck at the seed heads themselves and do all the work for you. The leaves can be harvested throughout the growing season and fed fresh as a green supplement. It self-seeds easily too, which means once you grow it once in a spot, it will very likely come back on its own the following year without you doing a thing. Real quick, if this is already making you think differently about how you feed your flock, drop a comment below and tell me which plant surprised you most so far. And if you haven't liked this video yet, tap that like button now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more garden owners who need this information. Now back to the list. Plant 4, Sweet Potato Vines. Most people grow sweet potatoes for the tubers and throw everything else away. That is a significant mistake if you keep chickens. The vines and leaves of the sweet potato plant are highly nutritious, grow aggressively, and chickens absolutely love them. Think about this practically. Sweet potato vines spread and take over ground space fast. Instead of fighting that growth, you redirect it directly into the coop as a regular feed source. You're essentially turning what most gardeners consider excess into a free food supply. The vines regrow quickly after cutting, so you can harvest from the same plants repeatedly through the season. By the time you finally dig up your tubers at the end of the season, your chickens would have been eating the vines for months. It is one of those double-value crops. You feed your family with the roots and feed your flock with everything above ground. Nothing goes to waste and nothing costs extra. Plant 5, Sunflowers. Sunflowers are almost too obvious, but the way most people use them for chickens is actually wrong, and that is why they end up on this list. The common approach is to grow sunflowers, harvest the seeds, and then store and dispense them like a treat. That works, but it is the hard way. The smarter approach is to grow sunflowers in or near the chicken area and simply let the mature heads fall or lean within reach of the birds. They will strip the seeds out themselves, completely on their own schedule. Sunflower seeds are high in healthy fats and vitamin E, which supports immune function and feather quality. Chickens that have consistent access to sunflower seeds during the colder months tend to handle the temperature drop better and maintain energy levels more steadily. Plant a dense row of sunflowers along a fence line, let them grow tall, and when the heads start to droop and dry, your flock does the harvesting for you. That is as hands-off as gardening for chickens gets. Plant 6, Lemongrass. This one genuinely surprises people. Lemongrass is not just a culinary herb or a mosquito repellent for your patio. It is a legitimate flock health plant that most chicken keepers have never considered. Lemongrass has natural antimicrobial properties. When chickens graze on it or when you chop it and mix it into their space, it works quietly as a natural health support. It helps with respiratory health, supports gut function, and keeps the coop environment smelling fresher. It grows in dense clumps, which means a few established plants give you an ongoing harvest without replanting. You can cut from the outer stalks and leaves regularly while the center of the clump keeps producing. In warm climates it is essentially perennial. In cooler areas it grows as a robust annual that you can start fresh each spring from a divided clump you keep indoors over winter. Either way, the maintenance is minimal and the benefit to your flock is real. Plant 7, Mulberry Tree. Save this one. Screenshot this section if you have to, because a mulberry tree on your property is one of the most valuable assets a chicken keeper can have, and almost nobody talks about it. A mature mulberry tree drops fruit continuously through its season. Not all at once like many fruit trees, but steadily, over weeks. Chickens that have access to the area beneath a mulberry tree will spend hours every single day picking up fallen berries. They are getting sugar, vitamins, and antioxidants from every berry they eat. Beyond the fruit, the leaves are also edible and nutritious for poultry. The tree essentially feeds your flock on 2 levels simultaneously. The challenge with mulberry is patience. It takes a few years to mature enough to produce significant fruit. But once it does, it produces for decades. That is the ultimate version of grow once feed forever. You plant it one time and it outlives your current flock, your next flock, and possibly the flock after that. If you have the space and the patience, a mulberry tree is one of the highest return investments you can make on a homestead that keeps chickens. So there you have it. 7 plants that between them can cover a significant portion of what your chickens need nutritionally, without you spending a single coin at the feed store month after month. Moringa for protein, Comfrey for minerals, Amaranth for seeds, sweet potato vines for leafy green mass, sunflowers for healthy fats, lemongrass for natural health support, and mulberry for long-term fruit and leaf production. You don't need all 7 to start. Pick the 2 or 3 that match your climate and available space, get them in the ground this season, and watch how your feed bill starts to shrink. The garden was always capable of doing this. Most people just weren't told how. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button before you leave. It takes 1 second and it helps more people find this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we cover this kind of practical, low-cost gardening content regularly. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 7 plants you're planning to grow first. I read every single comment and I would genuinely love to know. See you in the next one.